This is bothering me. That'll do. Hi, my name is Steph. This video is actually coming out a lot later than it should have. So I made this jumper in November, early November. It is currently the 30th of December. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so I am a bit late. The reason though is because my life has been crazy right now. I recently just switched jobs, so everything's kind of out of whack for me, and I'm learning how to adjust to my new schedule. Yeah, it's kind of been a little bit crazy. But the main reason that this video is late is because for whatever reason, my phone was freaking out. I was trying so hard to film this in November and my phone storage just carked it and it didn't want to do anything. It did not want to work. I was deleting things, and no matter how much I deleted, it wouldn't let me film anything because apparently I was still taking up too much storage. But anyway, it's a mess. Anyway, we are doing this video finally. This one's actually really exciting. So one of my favorite crochet YouTubers is Altnuts. They made a video where they put the pattern that is on the carpet in the shiny onto a beanie, and it was phenomenal, amazing. I loved it. But as soon as I saw that video, I was like, what if I put that pattern on a jumper? And I realized my father, he loves horror movies. So I was like, yes, this is perfect. I want an excuse to make this for somebody. Altnuts doing the single line on the beanie inspired me to do a single line of the pattern across the chest of the jumper. This video is not going to be a tutorial. I have yet to make a tutorial. I'm terrified too, fun fact. I got asked to do a tutorial for the Totoro jumper and scary. The idea of instructing people on how to do something is terrifying. Anyway, the reason it's not a tutorial video is because this is not technically my idea. It's my idea to have it on a jumper, yes, but the pattern itself is not mine. So I'm not going to be showing you how to do it today. I'm just going to be telling you how I did it and showing my progress, I suppose. This is a very big credit to Altnuts. So I'll explain what I did. First of all, I'll be back in a second. Hang on a second. Okay. I really need to learn from my mistakes. So I used 3 colors for this jumper. The main color I used, this is the Premier Basics yarn in the color Charcoal. The actual carpet, the main color is a brown, but I knew my dad would not like to wear a brown colored jumper. And I believe this is a similar color to what Altnuts actually used in their video. The next color I used was the Premier Basics in orange, just plain orange. I use this for the diamond shapes. This one's just straight red. And this one I used for the dots in the middle of the diamonds. I also used my trusty 5.5mm hook, as I always do, and the whole project is done in half double crochet. Hello, editing Steph here. I saw people in the comments of my Totoro jumper saying that they wanted to know how many balls of yarn I used for each color. So this jumper, I got 6 balls of the charcoal yarn, 2 balls of each the orange and the red, and that was heaps. I had heaps of the charcoal color left over. I think I had a ball and a half left over, and I have a whole bowl of orange and a whole bowl of red still left over, so it ended up being good. So unlike the Totoro jumper, I decided to start on the back of this. So the back of the jumper is just completely plain solid black.
Oh no, now we're up to season 4.
Yeah, we are. Once I did the back, I made the pattern for the front. The only difference with this, and the thing that I had to figure out sort of along the way, was my dad prefers V-neck jumpers. The Totoro jumper was circular, so that means the pattern could come up a little bit higher. But because my dad prefers V-necks, the neck obviously had to come down a lot lower than I was used to doing it. So I made the pattern to what I was thinking was gonna work, but I did end up just modifying it as I went, making sure to keep the same stitch count and whatever. So I think I actually had the pattern, it was meant to be a lot higher than it ended up being, which worked fine for me. I was able to improvise and it ended up looking fine. I did make the sleeves a little bit different to my Totoro jumper. With the Totoro jumper, I had done it exactly the same as the jumpers that I do for myself, and I did exactly the same amount of stitches the whole way down the arm, and then I just cuffed the last couple of rows. And that's what ended up creating that bell shape. That was not what I was going for. I learned from my mistakes. So I ended up decreasing from very high up the sleeve gradually all the way down and sort of doing a similar type of cuff at the end. And that worked a lot better. The neck ended up being a lot easier than I was expecting. I was nervous, but I was also kind of confident going into it because I'd seen so many Crochet With Me's doing V-neck necklines, and I'd also watched a bunch of tutorials. Alas, it ended up being fine. The end product I was actually super happy with. It looked good on him, it fits him well, and he ended up being super happy with the product.
Look at it! Nice! Wait, can you turn this way? Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm super stoked. It ended up being so good and I'm so proud of myself and so excited. A couple of things that I did want to reflect on and maybe change the next time around. With the color changing, I did notice that it was kind of like hourglassy in the section that I was changing the colors in. It was perfectly straight, perfectly symmetrical, and then as soon as like the section that I started changing the colors in, it kind of warped in. So that is something that I do want to explore and something I want to consider the next time I do a project where I'm changing colors a lot. I managed to work with it. I stretched it a little bit, and when I sewed like the front and the back pieces together, it did end up evening out a bit. So that it wasn't detrimental to the project. I wasn't sure if it was going to screw up my project. I'm just glad I didn't. I definitely think that I learned my lesson with the sleeves. However, it's still an uphill battle. It's still something I've got to fix. I still consider myself like beginner intermediate. These videos are a really good opportunity for me to reflect and see what I could have done better, or what I was doing blatantly wrong, or what was really good, etc. And it's something that I always really want to make sure I put in these videos as well, because I'm not always super happy with how things turn out. So if that's the case, I want to be very transparent about it. So that is my shining jumper. That is my dad wearing it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to keep going with these videos. I'm not sticking to a schedule or anything. I'm literally just going to be uploading these as I see fit. It's something I definitely want to continue. I'm looking into potentially getting like a camera and properly doing things instead of just filming things on my phone, but it's probably going to take a while for me to actually get there. So if you like it, please let me know. Like, subscribe if you want to. I don't want to force you. It's my first time saying that, so I feel kind of silly. I will definitely see you in the next video whenever that happens. Bye-bye.